Today is all about exploring clay and kind of figure out how it's different than Play-Doh. First, make a sphere. We also call it a ball. We're only going to use our hands for tools today. Use your hands to squeeze the ball into a tall shape. Go ahead and squish it up to do the next thing. Make a ball. You can poke a hole with your thumb. You can even go all the way through. I like to smooth out the cracks. Begin to pinch to squeeze out strong shapes that can end up being arms, legs, horns, spikes, kind of whatever you can think of. Squish it and make a ball. Flatten it a little and then you can start pressing gently. You can press a little harder too. Just see the texture you can create by doing that with your fingers. And squish it. Make it into a ball again. Using my whole hand and my fingers to squeeze out strong shapes. You will notice that it starts to look a little bit like maybe an animal. You can start to see people, all sorts of things. Though it doesn't have to look like anything. It can be completely abstract. Squish it again. Make a ball. All right, I'm going to start making coils. You can roll coils on your desk like I'm doing here, or you can actually use two hands to do the same thing. Fat coils become thinner coils when you slowly roll them out gently, taking your time. Dip just one finger in a little tiny bit of water and try to rub the clay to see what happens. If you use too much water, it becomes muddy and not quite as fun for most kiddos. Just a tiny bit of water on one finger. Pressing down to create some nice texture. Your hands really are the best tool you can use. You can press hard and soft, press on top of other pressing, gently pull it off your table, and squish it. All right, now it's time to pinch your clay. This is a pretty cool texture early. Squish it, make it into a ball. Go ahead and use your knuckles to create a wonderfully cool texture. Now you can use your fist to create a cool texture. Notice I'm not punching the clay loudly. I'm just using a little bit of my weight to push gently on the clay. It's nice and quiet and relaxing and doesn't hurt my hand. If my clay gets a little bit dry, I use a tiny, tiny bit of water on my finger to smooth out the cracks. I'm rolling out a coil. I'm going to roll out a few different kinds of coils. Big coil that is quite thick and some thinner, longer coils. Go ahead and see if you can make your coils stand up in interesting ways on your table. And then go ahead and squish them all up